So the only difference between a hoagie and a sub is if you're in Philly, it's a hoagie, and if you're pretty much everywhere else, it's a sub.
Okay.
Jersey calls it a sub, and Delaware calls it a sub. It just depends where you are. But if you do call us and ask for a sub, we're going to correct you. This isn't really one that we sell at the restaurant, but it's something that I really love. It's a Dijonaise as the dressing with turkey. So I really love the flavor of mayonnaise and Dijon mustard together. I think it makes for a really nice sauce. That's going to be the base of our sauce. Instead of using a house dressing, we're going to mix mayonnaise and Dijon. The nice thing about mayonnaise is it makes a perfect sauce in a pinch. So you can make a Dijon mayo just by adding Dijon mustard and mayo, or you can make a hot pepper relish mayo by just mixing in some hot pepper relish, or you can make my house dressing by literally just mixing in some balsamic and some olive oil and some herbs into mayonnaise, and it makes my house dressing. The mayonnaise is a great base. I think that most hoagies I eat have some sort of mayonnaise or creamy balsamic situation. It just adds another texture and another flavor. It makes the hoagies better for me. Some people like oil vinegar. That works really well too. But the oil vinegar doesn't have that creaminess to it, so it's a little bit different. So this one, I toasted a roll a little bit so it kind of soften up. I like them when they're a little softer on the inside. And when they're a day old, they don't stay as soft. So the toast is nice. So again, we're going to cut it in half. And then I open it up. Oh, that feels nice. When you toast it, it almost feels fresh baked again because it bakes it again from the outside in. So I'm going to pull a little bit of the insides out of here. And I'm going to take a bite of the insides. I'm hungry. And then for the Dijon mayo, you can either mix it in a bowl ahead of time, or if you want less dishes, you can mix it right on the sandwich. I'm just going to spread some mayo. This is a really interesting mayo. It's a Japanese mayo called QP. It's really, really good mayonnaise. Standard Hellman's is great too. This is what we happen to use in the shop just because it's fancy mayonnaise and I like it a lot. And then Dijon mustard. So I'll put the Dijon on there. You can also use spicy brown mustard. I wouldn't use yellow mustard for a thing like this. That's more for like a hot dog or a hamburger. I think a mustard with flavor is good. So a spicy brown or a Dijon would be nice. Cool. So since we didn't mix it together ahead of time, just to get it on both sides of the roll, I'm going to kind of close up the roll just to smush it on both sides. And then look at that. Both sides of the roll are dressed. And we can build our sandwich again. So this time we're going to do sliced turkey. This is just nice deli sliced turkey breast. We're going to put it on. And then like we talked about before, you can put any kind of toppings you want on this sandwich. A sandwich like this, I really love pickles on it. I think the creamy mustardy flavor goes really well with sweet pickles. So these are just pickle chips. Maybe it's sacrilege I'm not using Bryan Street pickles, but I won't tell anyone if you won't. These are just nice pickle chips. So we're going to spread them on the roll. Get a little pickly flavor in there. All right. And then we're just going to go back to our, lettuce, tomato, onion situation. Lettuce. Got some tomato. And if you remember from before, we're going to put a little bit of salt on the tomatoes. All these things take an extra second, and it seems like an extra whole step, but it's worth it at the end of the day. It makes a big difference, and if you're going to, go to all the effort to make a really nice sandwich, you might as well do everything right. And then we're going to put some onion on top. And this one I'm going to leave the oregano off. I just don't think it needs it. It's got a lot of other stuff going on. But what I am going to put is some fresh cracked pepper. So my girlfriend Jenna told me, do you know the secret to a good sandwich? And I'm like, I think I do. I run a sandwich shop. She's like, no, you don't. I'm like, okay, what is it? She said cracked pepper on every sandwich. Now I know the secret. And she's right. A little bit of cracked pepper really goes a long way in a sandwich. And then for this one, instead of the hot pepper relish, since it already has a little bit of spice from the Dijon, I'm going to put some olive oil. And then again, we're going to just close it up. So this is what our sandwich looks like right now. I've gotten a sandwich really similar to this at Wawa on the way to the beach 1,000 times in my life. So we have Dijonnaise, turkey. Oh my lord. I did the cardinal sin of hoagie making, guys. I forgot to put cheese on it. Megan didn't want to tell me, but she knew. I could see it in her face. So that's the cardinal sin of hoagie making. It's okay. Again, I won't tell anyone if you don't. So all I'm going to do is just kind of tuck the cheese underneath the meat, and then it's like nothing happened. All right. So I guess a good rule of thumb when making a sandwich is make sure everything's on the sandwich before you cut it and put it on a plate. So this is a heavy one. This is like 2 pounds of sandwich right here. So, Dijonnaise, turkey, provolone cheese, pickles, lettuce, tomato, onion, cracked pepper, and olive oil. Nice looking sandwich. So this one, again, I'm going to try to kind of roll it up and cut it best I can. Tuck everything in there. We got sandwiches. All right. That looks like a good one. That's a big sandwich.